So it's Hannah back, and I'm here for day 4 of the 5 critical steps to balance your hormones in 12 weeks. So this is a 5-day series. We're on day 4 already. I've really been enjoying it. I'd love to know if you feel like you've got a lot out of this. Maybe if you've been watching this or you're watching it now and you haven't let me know so far, but you do feel like you've got some value out of this, you've learned something, you've got some takeaways, let me know. I'd really appreciate you letting me know. It puts a lot of time and effort to put these kind of trainings together, and it's really, really nice to get some feedback, whether it's positive or otherwise. I don't mind, actually. I'm open to critique. So day 1, we went through an energy reboot. How do you reboot your energy when you're really, really low on energy and you know that you need to exercise more or eat healthier, but you just haven't got the energy to be doing that? You need to reboot your energy. Then you need to look at restoring your core energy system. So we were talking about gut health. Then we moved on to eliminating energy sappers. So that was last night. All of these trainings are available for replays for you. I've sent them out on email if you're on my email list, and they'll be available somewhere in this group. So last night we was talking about detoxification. We was talking about specifically the liver, because the liver is so important when it comes to hormone imbalance, and most people aren't really aware of that. In fact, I had one of my old clients message me today saying, "You've just reminded me of the stuff I need to do with my liver," and she was asking me a quick couple of questions, and she said, "Oh, like, sorry for taking up your time." And I was like, "No, I'm excited that you want to be doing this." So happy that it's making an impact for people. And today we're talking about replenishing nutrients and how to do it really, really quickly. So rapidly replenishing your nutrients. So thank you so much for coming back to join me for day 4. If you've been here for all of the days, I really appreciate you spending your time, your energy with me. If you've missed any of the days, like I said, you will be able to catch back up on them. And it really is these 5 steps, in my opinion, in my experience of working with countless women now, I really believe it is these 5 steps that you need to do. So it's not enough just knowing one part or 2 parts. You need to know all of it, and you need to be putting all of it into place. So I'm going to quickly say that we are playing a game where I'm giving you a letter each day, and if you can give me the word at the end of the week, I give you a thank you bonus for joining me. Because basically what it means is, if you've collected the letter every day, it means that you have been to the training every day, and it's your way of proving that. And it's my thank you to you for showing up, for, like I said already, sharing your time, your energy with me. And I've put together this menu plan of 15-minute meals. They take 15 minutes or less, and they're all hormone balancing, and there's main meals and there's desserts and there's a snack in there as well. And so I will be sharing today's letter with you as we go through. I might have written the letter down wrong. I might need to amend that in a moment, I've just realised. And the other giveaway, this is to reward you if you are showing up and playing big, interacting with me. So I've got some products to post to you. You have to go back to day 1 training if you want to know why they're good, what they can do for you. I covered it all in day 1, but it's Nano Gold, which is a liquid, which is amazing for hormone balancing, and Omega Balance as well. And they're valued at £50, and I'm going to post it out to the person that has interacted and commented the most with me, as, again, a sign of my appreciation, and because it's fun. Who doesn't like a giveaway? I love a giveaway. I saw a good giveaway today for someone shared it, Centre Parks. I love Centre Parks, so I was very tempted to enter that one, actually, but I did think probably hundreds of, well, thousands of people are entering that one. You're going to be in a really good chance of winning this one. So today we are talking about deficiencies. So I said about rapidly replenishing your nutrients, so we're looking at deficiencies. And this it was for me, the invisible component that could be blocking your energy. So if you're like, I've done detox, I'm eating healthy, I'm hydrated, I've balanced my blood sugar levels, I haven't met many people that have done all of those things already, but this could be a missing part of the puzzle for you. And it was certainly something that I hadn't considered. I was at the point where I felt like nothing was working. So I've shared before, I was spending thousands and thousands of pounds in the end on all different therapies and trying so many things, and my energy was still really low. And I have shared on other days, it wasn't just my energy. I was in chronic pain, I had palpitations, I was dizzy, I was impatient, lots and lots of things. And then I discovered this, which I hadn't even thought about, and it changed everything really quickly. I'd say in less than a week. So I'm just going to go into it. I just quickly want to check some of the comments. Thank you, there's quite a few there. Lisa says, thank you, definitely getting some takeaways. Karine says, it's been really useful. Thank you, Karina. Lisa, food for thought. Samantha, so informative. Thank you, Samantha. Karina, lots of great tips. Louise, really enjoying it, getting lots of things out of it, and have decided to change a couple of things. Good, try and get more energy. Sian, so informative. Hi, Sian. Brilliant. Thank you so much for all of your comments. I really appreciate you. So we're talking about vitamins and minerals, and this was something that I was personally depleted in, and it left me really, really exhausted. And lots of women that I work with who are tired all the time and have probably got lots of other symptoms of a hormone imbalance as well are really deficient, and they don't know it either. Okay, why would you know it? It's not like you went to school and learned all of this, is it? So let's look at the reasons why you may be depleted. So the number one, well, not the number one reason, but the first reason I want to go through with you is when you look at studies of soil from today compared to pre-war, our soil is actually really depleted because we have over-farmed, and we've depleted the soil of nutrients. Okay, so the food that we're eating today, we are not getting the same level of nutrients from that food as what we was before the war. Okay, then the next thing is, and this is a huge one, you aren't eating the right foods. And this is the one that we don't really want to admit, or we might, and we feel slightly guilty. But you know, if you're eating lots of processed foods or takeaway foods, or you know, foods that's just not fresh or that healthy or enough of it. So often we might be eating some healthy meals, but we're eating quite a lot of crap as well. And I'm talking for a lot of us here, and I've done it in the past, and I still do at times because I'm human, and I do think we have to, you know, have some balance in life. But you're not eating enough of the good stuff, okay? And it might be that you are eating enough of the good stuff. I mean, I have worked with lots of women who have got really, really good diets, like they're making a big effort, okay? But they're really suffering with their digestive health. So we covered that on day 2, if I remember rightly, talking about digestive health and restoring your core energy system. So if your digestion's really compromised, we sort of covered it a little bit then, but you're not absorbing your nutrients from these lovely foods that you're eating. Also, if you've taken prescription medication for many years, or use antibiotics many times, or things like steroids many, many times, it does compromise your gut health as well. If you're feeling stressed, and I've mentioned stress so many times over the past 4 days, stress uses up an abundance of vitamins and minerals in the body. So it depletes like your B vitamins really, really quickly, for example, and we need those for energy. And I think the last one worth mentioning is caffeine inhibits absorption. So what that means is if you're drinking tea or coffee, or even like chocolate or energy drinks that have got caffeine in them, if you're having those close to taking supplements or close to eating, I'd say at least within half an hour, either side of food, it can actually stop you absorbing the nutrients. So yeah, you could be eating really good food, your digestion might be really good, you might have your stress under control, but you keep having a cup of tea with your dinner, it is actually going to affect what you're absorbing. So I like adding that last one in because that's something that we can all be aware of. I'm just going to pause for a little bit longer, like an hour or half an hour minimum to after dinner or lunch until I do that. The thank you bonus. Okay, so it's E. The letter today is E. For playing along, there's been a different letter every single day, and the letter today is E, and that is for the thank you bonus of getting my menu plan that has got 15-minute meals or less, which is hormone balancing with all the main meals and the desserts, and we've got a breakfast and a snack in there as well. So the letter today is E. So write that down into the notes section of your phone. If you haven't watched the other days, you need to watch them back to get the other letters and join this game, because I think you'll get a lot of value out of this menu plan. I got a lot of messages from my clients who tell me that this is the one that they really, really like, because especially if you're mum or just a busy working professional woman, time is of the essence, and if everything's long-winded and the recipes are complicated, you're not going to keep up with it for very long. So it's really important to have some easy recipes that you can fall back on time and time again. So let's have a quick look if you are getting a warning sign. So I actually spoke about this, but I've got the nice visual here. Spoke about this a few days ago, going, our body gives us warning signs all the time, and we think that our constipation is normal or that our bloating is normal, and we can put up with it because we have for many years, okay? But these warning signs, like, and there's lots of them in the body, but like digestive problems, like low energy, like skin disorders, eczema, psoriasis, even really dry skin, heavy periods, muscle cramp, weight gain, could go on and on. All the warning signs in the body is like a flashing light in the car saying, attention, attention, can we pay some attention to this? And something needs to change. It might be your diet, it might be your lifestyle, it might be your stress levels, Probably a little bit of all of it. This is what I've been talking about over the past 4 days. It's multifactorial. It's normally not just one thing that's got to change. And so this warning light's going off, and are you going to pay attention to that and go, okay, I'm going to pull over the car now and I'm going to like fix the engine or fix whatever it is that's gone wrong in the car, meaning your vehicle, your body? Or are you just going to keep ignoring that until the car breaks down, which is, you know, you developing a chronic disease, you know, heart disease, diabetes, depression, osteoporosis, all the things that we don't want. And actually a low intake of certain nutrients has been linked to many of these more chronic diseases. I'm just going to have a quick look at the comments again. Don't think there's anything else I need to, just so informative. Thank you. Really appreciate this and your time. Great. Thank you so much, Kelly. I appreciate you saying that. So I would just want to share now, if you feel like you do have any deficiencies, I want to talk about, there's a methodical order that you need to work through. I've worked with so many women that have told me I've taken supplements and they make no difference. Or maybe you're taking supplements right now, and if I asked you, are you feeling the benefit of that supplement you're taking? Normally the answer is, oh, I don't really know. And it might be because you haven't paused to reflect, but often it's that you're not actually feeling much difference from taking those supplements. So we want to be feeling the difference, because it's very hard to keep up with a habit if we're not feeling the benefit from it. So we want to feel that it's working. And often I've found that if you aren't, I'll go into this a bit more in a moment, but if you aren't feeling the benefit of taking certain supplements, it might not be the right supplements. The dose is probably not high enough. Likely the quality of the supplement is not high enough as well. So you want a nice high quality supplement that's going to make a difference in the body. But before you even think about addressing any deficiencies, you need to make sure your body is hydrated, which I covered on day 1. So you can actually absorb the vitamins and minerals. Otherwise, if you're dehydrated and you take tablets, you're adding more stress to your body, okay? And you're not going to be able to break them down and utilize them as effectively as if we've gone through all these steps. The next one, which is what we went through on day 2, is to improve your diet, to include more vitamins and mineral rich foods, because first of all, we want to be getting what we need from our food. Food sources most recognized by the body, most utilized by the body. And also when you're eating a good diet, you start to heal your gut health, which we covered all of that in day 2. So go back and watch that if you've missed it. We went through detoxification yesterday. Like if you are swimming in toxins, your body is swimming in toxins. We need to get some of those out, not only just be putting the good stuff in, but getting some of the bad stuff out. So that's looking after your liver health, you know, looking after your digestion, maybe using some detox techniques like saunas or body brushing or enemas or hot and cold showers or exercise. There's lots of different ways to detoxify the body. Then we want to diagnose your deficiency. So the way that I do it inside the 12-week program is we do it based on symptoms, because in the beginning, testing can be very expensive as for a start. Secondly, our body gives a lot of signals about what's going on without needing to have tests, and not all tests are reliable. It depends what kind of tests you're having. So I like to diagnose first of all based on symptoms, because that is the basic level. So we can do quite a lot without having to invest hundreds and hundreds of pounds in testing, and sometimes it can go into the thousands of pounds of testing. And occasionally, I'd say with like maybe 5% of clients, 5, maybe 10, I don't even think 10%, probably 5% of clients, I would say might go for the 12-week program, might do all of these steps and then need to go for further testing. But wouldn't you rather, you know, save hundreds, if not thousands of pounds on testing by doing these basic steps? And like I say, not all of the testing is reliable. It depends who you're having it with. You know, a lot of the tests that we have through the GP, for example, you know, a lot of women tell me they said that my thyroid function was fine, but actually your thyroid function has got to be about 30% below optimal level to even come back as any kind of imbalance whatsoever. So you've got to feel 30% less vibrant than we should be for it even to be recognized as an imbalance in the body. And so you might want to be feeling optimal, not, you know, not below average until you need to address something. Okay, and then the last one, so once you've diagnosed, is you need to supplement, normally short term, sometimes it can be a bit longer term, with high quality and easily absorbable vitamins and minerals, and this helps to rebalance your body. Lisa says, I'm taking some supplements, but I don't take them consistently. I forget when life gets hard. Yeah, that's really, really common. Kelly said, had geographical tongue. I began supplementing vitamins and now it's cleared up. Oh, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, so if anyone else is in the comments now, I know that there is because I can see some of you, and you've cleared something up by taking a particular supplement, let us know in the comments. It's really, really interesting to hear what you've cleared up. But yeah, a lot going on with the tongue. It's off. Well, I won't say what it's linked to because it can be different for different people, but yes, you can clear that kind of thing up really quickly. So I wanted to share with you one of my clients, Nicola, who she'd worked with another nutritionist before. She had the best diet that I'd ever seen when she come to work with me. So most people's diets need work. That's normal. That's what you're seeing in a nutritionist, right? Her diet was incredible, but she wasn't feeling a lot better. So what we've done is we worked through all the steps in my program, the Exhausted to Energize method, and she had lots of deficiencies. So we addressed them with high quality supplements, and she felt immediately re-energized and less stressed. And that was my experience as well. So she was having panic attacks before. So she was walking into, maybe a shopping center and then just having to get out of there, having a real panic attack and a lot of prickly heat in the head. And it's not actually a huge problem that I see with women, but prickly heat. So it kind of feels like 1,000 pins and needles all in your head. And she had taken supplements before and kind of felt like they didn't work for her. But when she got the right ones and the right quality, it would instantly cleared things up really, really quickly for her. So that's how powerful it can be. For me, I worked on my diet first because it has to be diet first. It's the foundation of all health. I worked on my gut health and healing that because I had IBS symptoms, but I didn't even know that. I just thought that was normal for me. So I'd done those things first. And then I got the prescription of the right supplements for me. And I would say it was like 4 or 5 days before I started to notice huge difference in my energy, decrease in my stress level. So I was kind of like, wow, this really, really works. And then over a longer period of time, so I sort of shared that I was in chronic pain as well, over a longer period of time of supplementing and carrying on with my diet and, de-stressing and all of the things I've been talking about over the past 4 days, I really, really started to reduce pain in my body. So this chronic pain, I had it in my neck, my back, my shoulders, all over really. So I managed to reduce that. And honestly, I didn't think that diet or supplementing, so I didn't think nutrition would help me with that pain. I thought it would be able to help me with energy. I thought it might be able to help me with palpitations, perhaps headaches, but I just didn't know it's possible. I didn't think that would help me with pain, but it did. It was absolutely incredible. And so I'm going to go back to what I covered in day 1 and maybe day 2. There is a solution if you're really struggling with your health, but it is normally multifactorial, meaning there's lots of different factors, especially if you want to do it naturally, right, that all come into play together. But the great thing is when you take the time and effort to do this, I love the knock-on effect that you have for others around you, like friends and family, and the example that you set to your children. And apart from being out of pain and stopping struggling, you just increase your vibrancy. You just show up in the world as like the person that you actually want to show up in the world as. So it's amazing. So there's 5 critical steps. I'm going to remind you of them one more time. It's to reboot your energy. We've covered that. It's to restore your core energy system, which is gut health. We've covered that. It's to eliminate your energy sappers, which is looking at detoxification and liver health. It's to replenish your nutrients. We've just covered that this evening, and there is one more, and it is really important. So please still do come along tomorrow night. If you are not doing this last one, which is stress relieving strategies, managing your stress, and so many of us, we don't even realize the stress that we're under or that we're coping with on a daily basis, all the other 4 can just be undone because day 1, rebooting your energy, part that is about balancing your blood sugar levels. Stress can actually increase your blood sugar levels. Stress messes around with your gut health. Do you know what I mean? You've probably had tummy pain when you've been really, really stressed before. Stress affects your liver health as well. So it is really one big picture, but we need to make sure the last one is probably the most commonly overlooked. Like, I have a glass of wine to unwind, or I watch TV to unwind, but that's not truly unwinding. That's more just zoning out. Just gonna have a quick look at the comments. Vitamin D reduce my aches and pains. Thank you, Karina. Sean, I'm the same as Lisa. Sean says vitamin D and magnesium also needed to take others. Laura, can I ask how these deficiencies are detected? Is it by a blood test or at the GP. So the way that I do it, Laura, is I do it inside my 12-week program, the Exhausted to Energize method, and we do it based on symptoms. And that is from my nutrition training and experience of working with hundreds of women at this point. So, you know, you can give me a symptom, I can more or less tell you what the likely deficiency is. And by the time you try the supplement, you're going to know really, really quickly if it's working or not. I've just poured myself a herbal tea tonight. I'm just going to pour this out and have it a little sip of it. Are you using any herbal teas at the moment? Oh, I'll put my hand right in front of the screen. And if you are, what herbal teas are you using, or what are working well for you? Lots of them are really, really hormone balancing, and I'm using red clover at the moment. I'm using this for the next month to see the effect of it on my body, but this one's great for hormone balancing and hot flushes as well. I'm doing lots of talking, so I just need to have a little sip. Okay, so if this all sounds complicated, so I was putting this presentation together earlier thinking it might, by this point, sound really bloody complicated, and you're just feeling like it's too much, I'm zoned out, I can't do this, right? So thinking, what can I liken it to? What can I liken it to? Because it's like, do you know when you know how to do something, it becomes easy, right? And I thought it's a bit like when you first start driving, isn't it? If you was to explain to, you know, your 10-year-old how you drive for the first time, they'd probably feel really overwhelmed with all of the checks that you've got to make and getting it into gear and getting the bike just right and remembering to check your blind spot. And you probably think that sounds so hard, but look, how easy is driving for all you drivers here? You can do it not quite with your eyes closed, but we definitely zone out and can be thinking, you know, listening to an audio book, that's my favorite, or having a conversation with someone. We can absolutely multitask while we're driving. And I was thinking, what else can I liken it to? And I thought, a bit like sourdough making. If you've never made sourdough, let's just say bread making or pasta making, but sourdough is a step more complicated because you're using the fermented culture, let's say, to get the bread going. So I remember, it must have been about 10 years ago, I watched on the TV, because I love sourdough bread. Who else likes sourdough bread? I watched a TV program on how to make it. I thought, oh, this sounds exciting. And I watched it and I thought, no, don't bother. You've got to keep this this culture going for over a week, before feeding it every single day before you can even start making the bread, right? So many steps. There's no way I can do it. And guess what? Now I make my own sourdough bread. So I just wanted to give you a couple of examples here, right, of things that might sound complicated, but once you know how, then it becomes a lot easier. So I've got lots of experience. I've worked with women for years and years and years now, and I've been specifically doing this particular program for nearly 2 years, working with hundreds of women within this program. So it might sound complicated, but when you've got someone guiding you through it, you've got someone showing you the steps, you've got someone holding your hand. And the way that we actually do it inside the program is we just make one change each week for 12 weeks. Occasionally, if you're really suffering with something, so say we are working on your gut health and you come in and say, oh God, Hannah, I've got a banging headache, I'm going to give you some tips, right, to get rid of the headache. So then you're going to be doing more than one thing that week, but you'll want to, because you'll want to get rid of the headache. And I know that what we do works. And I've worked with so many women that have cleared up headaches really quickly and easily. I hope you've seen some of the reviews in the groups before. I can see lots of comments. I'm having a herbal tea. Good. At bedtime, Lisa, peppermint tea. Not at the moment. I've had a chamomile tea previously and peppermint. Nice. Laura, chamomile, lovely. Peppermint and licorice is really nice, isn't it? Yeah. So one of my other clients have been sharing about peppermint and licorice. So she was addicted to Coca-Cola, or it might have been Diet Coke. And I think it's that particular tea. She makes a big pot of it and lets it go cold, has it with ice, and that's her Coca-Cola. And I know it's not the same as Coke, but that is her alternative that she gets on really well with that. Licorice and peppermint, someone else has said that as well. Snap. Yeah, so I'm on red clover at the moment, which is amazingly hormone balancing. And we do actually talk about herbs in the course as well. So it's not, that is not specifically built into the course, but I do give lots of tips to people as we're going through for things that can help you and your hormones and your periods and your headaches and everything else. So yes, if the past 4 days have sounded complicated and we've not even got to day 5, just know that, yeah, if you have the help and someone guiding you and breaking it down, you're only taking one step at a time. So you're not trying to take all the information in it in one big go. So I've had a couple of people message me and go, it sounds really amazing, all the training that you've been sharing, and can you tell me more about how I can work with you? So I'd love to share it with you this evening, just go through a few of the details. And I have got an amazing, honestly, an amazing offer for you this evening. And it's only available until tomorrow night as well. So please do stay tuned. And I'm just going to speak to you about about the Exhausted to Energized method, which is my 12-week program for busy professional women who are serious about restoring their energy and balancing their hormones and doing it naturally. And when you do that, you get to reclaim your energy, you get to show up to your family, to your friends, to your colleagues as, I'm going to say, the truest and most vibrant version of yourself, that real version of you, that version of you who you probably used to be and you think went away a long time ago, and not this current version. Maybe the current version is like, hasn't got the energy to do anything, hasn't got motivation, can't follow through, is snappy, is irritable, is frustrated. And that is not the true you. That is your body asking for help. Okay, so I'm speaking to those of you who actually want to support your body and show up as the best version of you. And what I love about this is you get to do more amazing things in the world when you've got the energy. We need the energy to do absolutely everything. I really believe there's nothing more important than our health. So this is for women who are feeling constantly tired and want to and find it really, really hard to get up in the morning. God, that was me so badly. And maybe you feel like your day gets off to a bad start because you're finding it really hard to do simple tasks like get up out of bed and get dressed and having the motivation. So you're feeling like you're always running behind, and you feel like there's not enough time because you're a little bit late, probably first thing in the morning. You're always trying to catch up and you've got that feeling, my stress used to be here. Where's your feeling the stress? Mine was always in my chest. And then you start to feel guilty, right? Because you feel like you're not getting everything done, all of the to-do list done. You become moody, impatient with the people that you love. And you know that this is, like I just said before, it's not the real version of you. This is like the crappy version that's just showing up just at the moment. But you can get over this if you really want to. It's a stressed version of you. And maybe you know that you can't continue or you don't want to continue like this at the moment. So if this is for women who want to wake up more easily, and I'm not going to say in 2 or 3 weeks you are going to be springing out of bed, but over time you are going to find it easier and easier. In fact, I think I've got a review somewhere of one of the women saying after week 1, I think there was 2 actually, who said, I can't believe I'm up before my kids and I'm feeling amazing. So it does work that way as well. But you're not going to feel like you need to keep hitting the snooze button, or, if you want to have coffee, it's going to be because you enjoy it, not because you feel that you need it. You can become more calm and patient with your children, with your partner, even if you've been working all day. And you're not feeling like you're needing these stimulants all the time. So if you feel like you're going from coffee to chocolate to, I don't know, Haribo, Diet Coke, whatever it is that you drink about, that you don't feel like you are just relying on stimulants, which is no good for our health. We know that. It's no good for our nervous system. It's no good for our weight. It's no good for our mood. It's no good for the impression that we're, setting for our children. So I'd love it for you to become, less stressed, so you can be kinder, more patient to others and ultimately to yourself as well. And this is a big one. When I speak with women, a lot of them feel like every evening, like they go to work or whatever it is you do in the day, it might be that you're a homemaker, you look after your children, right? You're a full-time mum, that you feel that in the evening you're just collapsing on the sofa watching TV and that you are like wiped out. You can't do any organisation for the morning. And you want to maybe like see your friends at some point or do an activity that you like or read to your children without rushing through the evening because you're not so exhausted. And also a lot of women tell me that they're worried about bigger health issues. So you may not have voiced this. May not be something that you've spoken into existence, but it's a niggle at the back of your mind. So like someone said in the comments, actually, I'm really worried that I might be pre-diabetic, or, my mum had thyroid problems. I'm worried that I have got thyroid problems and that I'm not, addressing those imbalances in the body. So you're worried about these bigger problems that may go on in the body. One of my friends at the moment has just been having possibly a biopsy for checking for cancer, and these are really big worries, real worries for us. And we have to be looking after ourselves to avoid this. We all die in the end of something, of course we do, but we don't necessarily want to do it before our time, or we don't want to have the stress of not being able to bring income into the house because we can't work. A lot of women I speak to have actually had to cut down on their hours at work or give up work because they're so exhausted, and that is, it's no way to exist, is it? So I just want to say that I help, you probably think, oh, it worked for someone else, but it won't work for me. And everyone I work with is just like you. We're all busy women. We're all busy mums. We're all juggling all the balls. So I just wanted to give you a couple of quick examples. Now, if you are in my Facebook group, Fight Fatigue Naturally, or the full name is Fight Fatigue, Stress and Anxiety Naturally, There's a unit section in the group, and I've got loads and loads of video reviews of women that I've interviewed after they've worked with me, after they've done the course. So you can watch those and you can listen to real women. But just a couple of sort of typed up reviews that I've got that women have given me is Becky, who said she was dubious to work with a nutritionist, expecting to get the same information she could retrieve on the internet because we live in the information age. But she said that working with me completely surprised her. It was very tailored to her own needs. She's seen a huge improvement in her health and pain management, and she had fibromyalgia, and she came off medication in just 3 weeks, which is astounding, isn't it? Isn't it amazing that you can make changes and come off medication that you've been on for long term after 3 weeks? Now, that isn't something that I can advise. It's something that you have to work with your doctor with. But if you're feeling better, I've worked with so many women that have done it now, come off medication. They go back to their doctors and say, I feel amazing and I want to start working with you to come off now. Now, I just want to say here that this was an amazing review. It's not going to happen for everyone inside 3 weeks. You know, we see amazing results in 3 months, and sometimes women need to continue a bit longer after 3 months. That's just the beginning of the journey. If you've been ill for 10 years, it's probably going to take you around 10 months, at least, I would say, to feel significantly better, but you can make huge strides in 3 months. But for some people, it is a matter of weeks, like Becky. Alison, I miss you. I know she's part of this group, so she may watch this at some point. I love you and I miss you. How are you doing, darling? So Alison said, I was amazing at providing a plan of action specific to her needs, and that I've got a knowledge of techniques and foods and supplements, and they've helped her put her autoimmune disease into remission. I remember her doing that post on Facebook saying, I've just got back from the hospital and my autoimmune disease is in remission. And it wasn't just diet stuff that she'd done. She'd done everything. She took all the advice on board. She'd done absolutely amazing. She just said there, thank you for putting me on the right path. And Kim, hi Kim, if you're watching. I know that Kim's in this group as well. I love you lots too, Kim. I have said, you might not see me say this, but after I've worked with women, we end up almost being friends. I'm friends with a lot of my clients at the end because it's a very intimate relationship where you're sharing a lot of things and I'm supporting you. And so I end up being close with lots of my clients. This is why I'm saying that I love them on this live. She said, can't believe it's been 4 weeks since we started the journey and my transformation is unbelievable. I'm already enjoying the results of increased energy level. So Kim was needing a 2-hour sleep every afternoon when she worked with me. She has a job that she got up early for. She kind of worked till early afternoon and then she needed to sleep. And she went, I just feel like I'm wasting my life. I'm going to work and I'm sleeping all afternoon. And she had really bad acid reflux. So we cleared that up really quickly. And she was going, my taste buds are celebrating. Even a banana sounds amazing. I had to stop. It tasted so fruity and amazing. She's very full of energy now, Kim. Yeah, she's an amazing lady. It's all thanks to you. Massive influence on my progress. Anyway, you get the point, right? It's not that comfortable reading out these kind of reviews, but I would like to get the point across. Just going to have a quick look. I feel like I could sleep for a week. Those last 2 slides, I think, are the main ones. Good. Lisa, I've almost forgotten who she is. Oh, and I've got Catherine. Hello, Catherine. So I spoke to Catherine today. She has just finished the 12-week program. So I always do a wrap-up call at the end. And the wrap-up call is for me to check, to go genuinely, how have you found it? Give me honest feedback. And have you got the results you wanted? And if there's still, stuff you need to work on, what is it you need to work on? And I'm actually going to interview Catherine tomorrow. So if you want to watch that, we're going to be live in the group around 2 p.m. We're going on the call together at 2, so it'll probably be just after 2. And she just said, it's been absolutely amazing. I'm telling absolutely everyone. And she was just so positive. It was so lovely to speak to her. So I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you tomorrow. But I'd really love to explain what is included inside the Exhausted to Energize method. So in short, it's the 5 things that we've covered over the last 5 days, although we've got 1 more day to go tomorrow. But the first one is an energy reboot. And I've just put on there, you will not be able to follow through with long-term changes if you've not got the energy to keep up with them. Have you ever enthusiastically started a new diet only to give up a few weeks later? Let's break that cycle by giving you enough energy to maintain your habits. We go through hydration, which I briefly covered on day 1, which is so important to get hydration into your cells. We balance your blood sugar level so you're not feeling like you're craving things all the time. We do that really easily by giving you breakfast recipes, 19 amazing, easy, quick, tasty breakfast recipes. So you haven't got to waste your time wondering what to eat all the time. Isn't it just so annoying and wondering what to eat all the time? Then we restore your core energy system. So this is step 2, and this is different for everyone. Every single woman who comes in the course, this is different. So some people don't need to do too much work on their gut health. Others have to do a huge amount of gut health. So this bit is very personalized. But you may need to take out certain foods that are disrupting your digestion. You may need to put the healing foods in, and this is really going to help to boost your immune system. It's going to help to balance your hormones. It's going to get you more comfortable in the digestive area. Step 3 is eliminating the energy sapper. So we do lots of work around the liver and your hormones in this section, making sure that your liver's functioning optimally, so you can reduce all of these symptoms like hot flushes, migraines, headaches, allergies, uncomfortable eyes, and learn how to detoxify that. Then we go on to replenishing nutrients, which is what we've been talking about tonight. So we use high quality, easily absorbable supplements, and this can actually further reduce your cravings. So lots of women have lots of cravings because they have got deficiencies. So it means that you no longer need to keep snacking. And it becomes a lot more, life becomes more effortless, right? Because you're not constantly thinking about food and what to eat all the time. And what about stress? So stress we're covering tomorrow. I'm going to go through it in detail then, but we've got bonuses. So inside the program, we cover all those 4 steps, and then there's lots of bonuses that are included as well. So there's bonuses where I teach you how to be less stressed in less than 5 minutes, okay? And in this module, you're going to learn how to use breathing exercises to reduce your stress levels. It's number 1 most important thing in the world for human beings is oxygen, and we're not utilizing it properly. Number 2 is water. We die with a few days without enough water, and then it's food after that. So we have to look at breathing properly and learning how to feel calm and in control, and not necessarily going, I need wine, like having another technique other than wine. I'm saying that because wine was my thing. It might be chocolate, might be your thing, or coffee might be your thing. The second bonus that's included in the program is exercise that doesn't deplete your energy levels. So it's not running, it's not HIIT, it's not anything that's leaving you completely wiped out. So you're going to learn how to gently stretch and reduce tension in your body. So if you've got backache like I did, or neck or shoulder pain, or pain anywhere in the body, it's going to be so gentle. But you're still going to be helping elimination, right? Because you're helping energy flow through the body. And we're going to build this into an evening routine if you can. So you're not going to have to keep sacrificing your energy by exercising. We do need to exercise, but we don't want to be depleting ourselves further. And then we've got a third bonus, and I love this one. This is an expert mindfulness teacher. Her name is Nikki Wilson. She's absolutely amazing. She teaches mindfulness and meditation to busy mums, and all of her meditations are 10 minutes or less. If you think you can't meditate, think again, because these ones are amazing. They are quick, they are easy to follow, and lots of my clients have gone on to purchase mindfulness sessions and meditations with Nikki, because her voice is just, you could just listen to it all day long. Basically, you will want to do these meditations. If you haven't gotten on with meditating before, you will with Nikki, I'm sure. I'm just going to check the comments in case I need to answer any questions. I probably started 5 times or more since last June. I was that diet. Oh God, it's like a never-ending cycle, isn't it? Step 4, reducing your toxins in your home. So we did cover this in day 3, talking about toxins that are in products and in your home. So we go through this in detail in the Exhausted to Energize method in week 8, but there's a bonus that will teach you how to make your own homemade products that are not going to cost the earth, that are not going to take loads of time to make. And you're going to learn how to reduce basically the toxins in your home, because these are disrupting your hormones if you are using normal commercial products like Flash or Bleach or any of the big names, Jif, whatever, okay, what most people are using. So all the modules are online, but it's not just an online course. So you get some extra things, and this is really, really important. So I've only just introduced this, but you're also going to get from me a 75-minute initial consultation, so I can really understand your whole health history. And we're going to really dive into your parents' health, your grandparents' health, your health from the moment that you were born all the way through until this present day. So I can really support you as an individual with what you need. Apart from having the lessons online and all the recipes and all of, the exercise and the breathing exercises and the meditations, you actually get live weekly coaching with me. So this is part of a group, and this really helps you be accountable. When you show up to a coach and you've got to say, so let's say hydration, let's use the basics, right? So I teach you how to hydrate effectively, looking at the quantity and the quality of water, looking at how to get it into your cells. Are you going to come to a call and say, I haven't done any of that? Very unlikely, when you've got to show up because you've committed. You won't want to show up and say that. So accountability helps you make huge changes. But if you do show up and say that, it is okay. All right. I'm not a school teacher where you're going to get in trouble, but we will look at, well, what has stopped you? What got in the way? Why didn't you do it? Let's try and make some manageable changes. Let's make the goals smaller so you can stick to it. Okay. So you get the support that you need. And because you're in a group with other women, you learn from them. So they're saying, oh, I done this and this really worked for me, or I done that and it didn't, so don't do that. Or, someone gave me this tip and they're sharing, so you feel really supported, and that you aren't the only person who's feeling like this. Because sometimes we feel really alone in our dis-ease, in our illness, in our symptoms. We feel like we're the only person in the world who's struggling, and I can promise you, you are absolutely not. But knowing there's other women who are also busy, who are also perhaps working or juggling lots of balls, and they're having these challenges and they're putting these steps in place to make improvements, you feel so much more supported. So community is amazing. And although it's a 12-week course, you have lifetime access to the content. So normally, I always say this at the beginning, but people forget. And at the end of 12 weeks, they go, the course isn't going away, is it? Because I want to go back through it all again. There's a lot of information to take on. And some of it you might not get around to doing. I explain this all the time that, healing is like this. Very unusual that someone starts there. I've had a couple of clients that start there and they go whoop all the way up. They were so ready for it. It doesn't happen very often. And so it will be, 2 years down the line, you might think, oh, I want to revisit that section on like essential fatty acids, or, looking at deficiencies, and, maybe some bad habits have started to creep back in. Because you make the changes so slowly, you may have seen some women comment in this group that I'm still keeping up with my changes. They've said like a couple of years later, which is amazing. And it's because we make the changes slowly, so they are manageable. But life happens, life gets in the way. You might go on holiday and overindulge, and when you get back, you want to check your content again. So it's always available for you. So let's talk about pricing. So the standard price is £797 for the 12-week course, or you can pay monthly at £299 a month. And it will not be this price for much longer, because the longer I've had the program, the better the results I'm getting, the more testimonials I'm getting, although I've got loads already, which are in the group if you want to see them, and the more value I add. So, obviously I refine things as I go along. By the way, if you've done the program with me, anything that I do change in the program, any upgrades, you always get all of them as well. The more value I add, obviously the price is going to increase. So this is the current price. It will not be this price for very much longer. And I want to talk about the price in a little bit as well. So if you're like, because some women, I've spoken to a lot of women on the phone, right? And sometimes they're really shocked and like, God, that's a lot of money. So first of all, if you're feeling like that, I want to ask you, what have you invested in before that's anything like this? Because I've invested in myself a lot. And for example, my business trainings are 10 times this price. Genuinely, my business trainings that I invest in are 10 times this price. And this is your health that we're talking about. You can earn more money when you're healthy because you have the energy and the capacity to get a better job or work more hours. You have the energy to not just survive, but actually enjoy life again. Like, nothing is more important than our health. And also there's a cost to dis-ease as well, and being ill and taking time off work, or not being able to work, or like me, spending £1,000 on different kind of therapists because you're not working out what's actually wrong with your health. You're not getting to the underlying cause. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of raise that now. If you're feeling like that's a big investment, what have you invested in before? And genuinely, most of my peers, I spoke to someone in Messenger today who we've done some business training together. She does something very similar to this, not for energy, but for another health problem. Her price is £1,500. Lots of my nutrition friends charge £2,000 for this. So I already try to keep it as affordable as possible for people. But this is not just an online course. You are getting weekly coaching, which is that is the difference between, you know, who's bought an online course before? I have, and never got round to doing any of it, or started off and then, you know, fallen off. It's very, very unlikely when you're investing what you feel is a significant amount of money and you're getting weekly coaching that you're not going to show up and see results. And I wanted to give you an example of this. If I've got it here, I've got a little 1-minute video that I want to play for you.
It is an investment. But then we invest in lots of things like holidays and stuff for the kids. And often as mums, we kind of put everyone else first. I just felt that it was time I got a bit fed up really. It was kind of like, no, it's time to put myself first and actually really invest in the area of nutrition. I'm a personal trainer anyway, so I'm always telling clients that, you know, it might be 30% exercise, but really it's 70% diet.
Yes, yeah.
Diet most important thing that we can look at in terms of changing health and mood. So that was why I was willing to make the investment. I ended up borrowing the money and just paying it back, and but it's worth it.
So I just wanted to play that for you. I hope it's not going to go into another video now. To give you like someone's honest feedback on making an investment into themselves. So every single woman that I speak to at the end of the 12-week program, and I go, are you pleased you've done it? Was it a good investment? And they go, without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, it's like the best money that I've ever spent. So if you're feeling like it's a big investment, I want you to consider what you've invested in before, what you're comparing it to. Most online courses with no coaching, no weekly coaching, no one-to-one consultation are at least this cost, if not more. So this is incredible value, and I'm going to make it even a little bit better value for you. But before I do that, I also want to tell you, because I'm so confident in my program, that I do offer a money back guarantee. Okay, so this program, I just want to put out there the kind of people that I like to work with. This is not a suck it or see. I might try it, and if it doesn't suit me, then I'm just going to cancel. Okay, I don't want to work with people that have got that attitude. I want to work with women that are serious about transforming their health, investing in themselves and getting the help they need. But because I'm confident in my program and the results, I do offer a money back guarantee. And there's a couple of conditions to that. Okay, so the conditions are that you actually need to have worked through the workbooks, and you need to have come to the first couple of coaching calls and genuinely gone, I've tried this, and do you know what, it's not for me. Absolutely happy to give you your money back if that's the case. If you just sign up for the program, download the information, and then want the money back, then obviously I'm not going to, because it's being dishonest. So I want to work with people. I hope that you can see that I'm coming across as very genuine and yeah, just genuine basically. And so I want to work with people that are genuine as well. Now, I am going to add one exception to the money back guarantee, which is if you've had your one-to-one with me, it's a 75-minute one-to-one, which is valued at £120, then that small portion of money you are not going to have refunded, because you've had that service from me. So we've spent that time together, you know, you've utilized my expertise, I've given you lots of advice, which is going to be you're going to get so much value out of anyway, that if you've taken that one-to-one, that money, the 120, is not included in the money back guarantee. But whether you pay monthly or you pay in full, other than that 120, if you've taken that one-to-one, then there's a full money back guarantee. So I hope that sounds like a good deal, if you like. But I'm going to sweeten it even a little bit more, and this is for people who are like, you know, I'm following along and I really, really want to do this, and I want to reward you for taking immediate action for yourself. So I always said that the price of $797 is not going to be available for very long, but just until the end of tomorrow, which is Friday. Hold on, let me get it up. I think it's the 23rd of April 2021. This is the only time I'm going to offer this, that I'm going to offer the price at £497, which is in one payment, which saves you £300, or monthly £180 a month, which is a saving of £119 a month on the full price. So this is the current full price of the program until Friday at midnight. But if you do message me at 11 o'clock at night, I probably will not be looking at my phone, so you're going to need to do it before then at a reasonable hour. You can have the program for this price. Still, the money back guarantee is included as well, and you still get the one-to-one, you still get weekly coaching. So this is an absolutely incredible price. And if you want this price, you need to just drop a message below in the Facebook group, just saying that you're interested in it, and I'll message you the link, or drop me a private message and I will message you the link as well. So let me know what you think, if you're interested, if you'd like to do this. So this is for you if you are basically ready to stop doing all of the things that don't work and focus on a proven system that does work. You know that this is important, right? That the road to success is not straight. It doesn't mean this is easy. For some people, it is, because they are ready. They have the right mindset. This is all about mindset. For some people, it's challenging, okay? And every time I do a new course and I grow in some way, growth is challenging. Moving outside of your comfort zone is challenging. It's not easy. But what's on the other side is absolutely amazing, and you will be so pleased that you push past your blocks. So know that the road to success isn't straight, it's windy. You know, you're going to have rubbish weeks, and that's okay. You might have weeks when you don't do any of it and you're feeling guilty. That's okay as well. That is what I am here for, is to help you through that. So you want to learn how to balance your hormones naturally and restore your energy naturally. So you don't just want to rely on medication, or you don't just want to accept this as your new norm. You are actually ready to learn how to balance your hormones naturally. You're coachable and you want support and you want accountability. So you're actually going to come along to the coaching calls. You're willing to listen to recommendations, advice, and go away and put that into action. And you're tired of trying things that don't work and getting short-term results. So you're looking for a long-term result. And the more effort you put in, the better the result that you're going to get. So comment below now in the Facebook group, or you can drop me a private message if you don't want to comment below in the Facebook group, to join me on the program, the Exhausted to Energize method. Another thing that I want to say about why now is, it's not long until summer. So if you have got, well, maybe you haven't got children, but you're gonna maybe go on a summer holiday. But if you have got children, summer holidays are coming up. So one, we want energy for that, to be there for our children. But two, whilst they're back at school and you have a little bit of time, or nursery, this is a great time to actually start making, like, work on yourself, make changes for yourself before summer comes. So we've got those 3 months before the summer, so you can start to make these changes now. And I really want to, we have had a challenging time. This is another reason I'm offering at this price, is we have had a challenging time over the past year, and I want to help as many people as I can, and price not to be a massive barrier for you, and reason not to look after yourself and take action and look after your health. So tomorrow, we've still got tomorrow to go. We've got step 5 tomorrow, which is stress relieving strategies. That's at 8 o'clock tomorrow. And I'm going to be running through that training. This training is really, really important. And the title, maybe you're going to think, oh, I don't need to come along to that, but let me teach you some easy stress relieving strategies that don't include chocolate, coffee, wine, TV. Not saying they're bad things, but they don't need to be the only thing, and they don't truly reduce stress either. They just feel like they do in the moment, but they're not actually replenishing the body, which is what we desperately need. So if you've got any questions at all, let me know. I think I've gone through everything this evening. I hope tonight has been of value to you. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you as always for your time, for your energy, for your comments, for showing up. As always, as I said every other night, if you know anyone else who will benefit from this, who's struggling in life with their health, with their energy, with their hormones, please invite them, please tag them into this training, please share the love. That's what I call it, sharing the love. When I find out about something good, I want to share it with someone else, and I can't get the word out all by myself, so I need your help. And thank you to those of you that have invited your friends to the group. I've been approving people to join the group, so much. Thank you so much for inviting them. I really, really appreciate that. And I will see you tomorrow night, last night, at 8 o'clock. All right, lots of love, and see you tomorrow.